gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be the best though.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Ready. 50, Mike, 50. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Bravo.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. Back-to-back
good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Exit. Hey, rock it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Squeeze. Hey, orbit. Get it.
They'll look to throw here. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Charlie, 64, weak. Hey, Jet. There.
2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the safety crease.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Gotta do better.
From the 41, Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. On play action, it's Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my...
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is that balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I'm coming.
2nd and 9 now. And his throw is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
These two teams all tied after one. Throwing his car on 3rd down. That is caught by Cohen. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Carr now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he had been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. Let's go. Get set.
Mine's 50.
I'm coming.
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Look at me. Zipper. Smoke.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. To throw his car. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Yeah. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Check. Hot route. Hot.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Cohen. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Go! Hey, Haywood! Set, go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. McManus's point after is good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing. Not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Carr now, still just the one incompletion, 16 of 17. It's first down. They run. This is Cohen. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Carr escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Hey, Alpha.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. Their last 3 drives, 2 fumbles, and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches, what the heck is going on out there?
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing. Wait. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way home for a Broncos score. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he completes it to Cohen. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Check, 59.
Hey, Charlie!
Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Hey, lock it.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. The kick by McManus is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Monday, down.
Again, it's Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Carr to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Caught here by Griffin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give them 32 on the play. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
7:34.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And his pass, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
52. Hey, Delta. Let's see what you got.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
From the gun, Carr. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Let's go. 60 or X3. 218. Chop it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check nickel.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Back. Kill. Turn up.
They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They try again with Cohen. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Down. New 80. 59. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take wins.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Carr. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Carr to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Hey, this one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
At the Raiders' 17-yard line.
Ready! 90, Wolf, General West. Hey, Wahoo!
And they'll run it here. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
6-6, pull it high. You're mine. Bravo.
Go.
Carr now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Check back.
Hey, team 6.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Crunch time, defense.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Throwing left side, it's complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
No, check that. We want Mike.
Hey, exit.
To throw again. Carr. Flushed out right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing on first down is Carr. His throw incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing again. Carr steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfro, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals continuing to surge. They've scored again. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Back to throw, Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
They just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
On first down, Richard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Switch. Check. Slam.
Go.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Hey. Five.
Hey, check.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check 99.
Yeah. Hey. High 7.
Check 3.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Yep.
Watch the run.
Check 59. Mike is good.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking for the... And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go on into overtime.
Extra point from McManus is good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First throw of overtime for Carr. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
694. Hey, Haywood.
Now a play fake. Carr. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches.
You better be afraid of me.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got Rome. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. He only needed a few inches. He got that and then some.
It felt to me like his offensive line and teammates took that as a personal challenge. They knew the line of scrimmage would be stacked. Didn't matter how many bodies were in there. They just wanted to create a little bit of a sliver for him, and that's what they did, and he rumbled.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game. where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Raiders, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.